The holidays are indeed a very special time, with plenty of memories to be made, traditions to follow, and decorations to delight in as they adorn your home. And it's sometimes hard to imagine that with all the joy that comes this time of year, it can be gone in an instant. But it doesn't have to be that way, especially if you take a little time to focus in on safety. And that's exactly what the Newport News Fire Department thinks about not only at the holidays, but year-round, as they recently turned up the heat on a live Christmas tree in an effort to show you firsthand how fire can ruin the most wonderful time of the year.
We feel that it's important for the community to realize the dangers of fire. With our public education, going from school age all the way to senior citizens, we try to get out in the community as much as possible. From the training perspective, being able to demonstrate how quickly a Christmas tree can go up and the temperatures where it can go from 70 degrees inside of a room to almost 1,600 degrees within a minute and a half is a pretty severe temperature climb. It's important that the public realizes that and practice safety when it comes to Christmas decorations or any type of holiday decorations. Whenever we do live fire training in our burn building, we're required from the National Fire Protection Association Standard 1403 to practice certain safety inside the building for live fire. We had a medical scene. We're always fully geared up. We had safety lines in place. We have backup crews just in case something happens, regardless of whether we're doing live fire training with our recruits, with our incumbent employees, or doing a demonstration as far as lighting off a Christmas tree.
And what we're going to do is go through a couple different stages of moving to it to light it off. Once we get it lit, we just want to show how quickly it's going to burn. We've got a thermocouple up in the ceiling so we can do temperature readings, so we can tell how hot it gets up at the ceiling level, to kind of give folks an idea of just how much heat one of these things can generate, how quickly it burns, and that if something like this happens, you know, your opportunity to get out is greatly diminished. What you're going to have is the starter is going to go in with a heat source, and he's going to go in low. He's going to work to try to get the ignition that we need to get the fire going. While he's doing that, he's also got a safety person right behind him, so that if something should happen, we can get that individual out. And there's also a third person in there with a charged hose line as an additional safety measure. A conifer, a fir tree, is basically designed by Mother Nature to burn because it's full of pitch. And the needles create a great deal of surface area, which increases the area that's there to burn. And once it starts burning, it gives off heat and just grows at such a rapid pace that there's no way you can stop it. Once the tree ignites, you can see how quickly the flames go up. They lap the ceiling and they start doing that curl across the ceiling. And the temperature at the top of that ceiling elevated almost 1,500 degrees in less than 60 seconds. And that 1,500 degree temperature is going to ignite and create a flash in that room. It's going to superheat all the materials in that room, anything that's close. If you had presents under the tree with light wrapping paper, those things are going to ignite and increase the fuel source, and it's just going to increase the speed with which it burns and the heat that it produces. There's nothing left. I mean, all you see is a skeleton of a tree. In this scenario, we're in a fireproof concrete building, so there's no damage. If this were in someone's home, anything that was in that room, potentially anything that was in the next rooms, potentially your loved ones, could be impacted by a fire like this. At 2 o'clock in the morning, a fire that burns this rapidly, the end result could end with loss of life, loss of property. It could be catastrophic for anyone who suffered it. We just want to make sure that if you're going to bring a live tree into your home, that it's properly watered before you bring it in, that you check it and really check it good before you purchase it. Once you bring it in your home, you need to have a tree stand that will hold about a gallon of water, and make sure that you add water to it every day, because that tree will actually pull that water out of that holder and it will evaporate in your house, and the tree will then begin to dry out. Fire safety is 365 days a year. There are any number of things you can do to make sure your home is as fire safe as possible. There will always be events that happen that are out of your control, but by and large, most of the fires we see that end with loss of life were preventable.